Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Greetings, fellow nerds. Berserker Wraith here, and yeah, you guessed it. We are playing, or at least trying out, Doki Doki Literature Club. I have never played this game before. It has been out for quite a long time, and I've seen a lot of dark stuff on the internet to know where this game is gonna go. Well, point is, apparently this is a kind of scary game despite what it's letting on currently right now. So, I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. Probably gonna get Monica involved into this somehow. But, here goes something. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, yada yada yada. Okay. That girl is Sayori, not Monica. Okay. Since we were kids. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Oh, really? We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I'd get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase me after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. I would feel the same way about Monica in this case, because I think she's kind of clingy, from what I understand. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Wow, you are fucking exhausted, aren't you? I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you.
You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me.
What, me? No, I would never. I'm being a gentleman about this, for once.
That's mean, Berserker.
Oh, what? Me actually waiting for you? What? Okay, are you just teasing me right now? Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. I don't know how to say this, me, but maybe we kind of are since you're basically waiting for her.
Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to.
Whatever you say, Sayori. Okay, at that point you've nailed what I've got to say. We cross the street together and make our way to school. Alright. As we draw nearer, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
By the way, Berserker, have you decided on a club to join yet?
A club? Okay, I'm not kidding. Oh, actually, no. Now that I think about it, it's not gonna let me choose, is it? I told you already. I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. Okay, that is basically me to a T in real life back in high school. I wasn't really interested in joining any sort of club or program, but got shoved in a marching band, ironically enough. It was either that or my dad would shove me into sports. I was never really that big onto football, not gonna lie. So, yeah. Baritone player here. I haven't been looking either. That was something I would have said. Actually, that is something I've actually said to Daddy, but to Father Berserker at one point.
That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year.
Well, what if I lied? Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, and one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Huh. Well, okay, I feel like I myself am being called out for this.
Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content,
just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Okay, now I feel extremely called out on this.
Uh-huh.
I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn to socialize or have any social skills before college. Will it ever end? I feel like I'm getting called out every second at this point. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? Oh, well, that's actually nice of you. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. I'm sorry, a NEET? The hell is a NEET? Like, what? You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Okay, at this point, you're more like a sister to me at this rate. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? Dude, I think with the internal monologue you've had, you kind of lectured yourself. She just gave you a little nudge. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. What are you, a rebel? I guess her worrying so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Oh boy. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? She must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I looked around and realized that I'm not the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. And I am not used to speaking so much. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. Trust me, dear, I do not even try. I mean, for real, I do not even try to space out. I just do it without thinking. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Well, you mean the Doki Doki Literature Club, aka the title of the game? Okie dokie. Sayori, yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Well, that's the end of the game, everyone. Good fucking riddance. And meanie. Sayori is vice president of the Literature Club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Dude, I think at this point, she just wants you to socialize more. Well, I kinda told the club yesterday that I would bring in a new member. Oh, now we're screwed. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Okay, if there's cupcakes involved, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be hooked. Don't make promises you can't keep. Yeah, okay. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. If she is cunning, she's playing four-dimensional chess, my friend. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Dude, if it's for a cupcake, you better at least goddamn appreciate it, okay? Yes, let's go. Oh, transitions. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Given the nature of this game in front of my scene, you practically sold your soul for a lot more than just a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Oh boy, I can already see where this is going. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the door. Everyone! The new member is here! I told you don't call me a new member. Oh, no, wait, that's me. Fuck! I told you don't call me a new member. I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Oh, fuck you too then, bitch. Ah, Berserker, what a nice surprise. Oh, fuck, she knows. She knows me. She knows me. What next? Is Monica gonna infect my game files on my PS5? Oh no, please don't show up on Monster Hunter. Welcome to the club. You are all ladies. Oh boy. All words escape me in this situation. I'm pretty sure I would have gone with something like howdy in this case. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. They're alright. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. Hm. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I didn't recognize. Her small figure makes her like a first-year student. You sure that she's that small? Or actually, no, now that I think about it. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You could just ignore her when she gets moody. Huh. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls, while I literally say her dialogue loud as a fucking megaphone. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Oh, smartest girl in the club. And from what I understand, the freakiest one of the lot, I guess. You know, with the her sharp wit. I am a terrible person. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Oh well, it's nice to meet both of you. Hmm. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? Do I? That's alright. It's great to see you again, Berserker. We've only just met, Monica. And I can almost guarantee when I say this for certain, you're gonna probably pop up in the games that I don't want you to pop up in. I mean, God forbid I play Monster Hunter Rise with my friends a whole lot. You're probably gonna end up showing up in Warhammer 40k Space Marines 2. By the way, I've been playing a lot of that recently, so sorry if I hasn't been if this Berserker hasn't been able to record a game that has only recently came out, and apparently I should be broadcast on YouTube more often. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Huh. Last year, huh? Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. Yeah. Dude, me? I don't think she really cares. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little. You too, Monica. Come sit down, Berserker. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Wow. Okay. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Sayori, you got nothing to apologize for. I mean, you really don't. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As I already mentioned, it's pretty wide, and so that there was one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Okay, so when does the creepy stuff get here? Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Oh. Nazuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Oh, can't I see a picture of them? Can I please? Oh. Oh. Wow, you're a tsundere, aren't you? Almost like a certain Lupin I can think of at the top of my head. I thought you technically did. Well, maybe, but not for, you, dummy. Yep, you are totally a tsundere. Alright, alright. I give up on Natsuke's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Personally, I'd prefer coffee, but okay, I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Is she succeeding? That's not insulted. Yuri looks away. Wow. Okay, now I just feel like kind of a dick. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? Nothing. I got dragged into this. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Yuri really seemed happy here, so that's okay. Don't be embarrassed. Okay, seriously, when does Monica break the fourth wall in this? We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You should probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Was she? Well, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. You and me both, girl. You and me both. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. Ugh, tell me about it. I'd rather I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. Okay, in that nature you and I are kindred. If it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Huh. Well, at least you got your heart set to it. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Well, if this is just me and four of you, then yeah, there definitely should be more people, I guess. Unless there's something completely ominous that I should be aware of. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Oh gee, I wonder why. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. Okay. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, we'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Hmm. Okay then. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. So, Berserker, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Uh, Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Um, yeah, I got nothing. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. What, like isekai? That level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. So, isekai? Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in. But it's obvious by the way. Okay. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Yeah, H.P. Lovecraft does good work on his stuff. Hell, how do you think Cthulhu came to be the pop icon that he is? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh, well, now that's just scary. I read a horror book once. Did I? Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. At this point, she just might. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. Gentle? But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Huh. Now that now that you said it, I'm glad someone actually said it. Huh. In that regard, we are kindred, I guess. Huh. Ugh, I hate horror. What have you got against horror? Oh, why's that? Well, I just. Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. Don't say it out loud, Monica. That's just fucking messed up. Good girl. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you could do, everything you do is just as cute as you are. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you're not really helping your case here. You write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think it's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No, you wouldn't like them. Try me, bitch. Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Uh, huh. Hmm. I'm kinda feeling bored here. That way everyone is even. Hmm. Hmm. There's still one problem. Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. Oh yeah, that's right. Apparently, I got dragged into this. Oh, okay, me, you basically gotta make a decision now. I mean, look at them. I mean, Natsuki looks like she's disappointed in me. Yuri looks like she's nervous. Monica and Sayori are basically sad. You gotta come up with something. I'm defenseless against these girls. Okay, yeah, you basically have to say you'll join. Right, okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Hmm, see, that's that's what they want to hear. That's what you want to say. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Oh, well, now's the time for you to be pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. I still have my eyes on you, Monica. I do not want you to infect my game files. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Berserker, I look forward to seeing you how you express yourself. Oh, I bet you will now, won't you? Can I really impress the class star, Monica, with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. I am not used to this. Hey, Berserker, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? Aw, that's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls: Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica, whom I'm still watching because I am suspicious of her specifically. Will I be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. How about your old friend Sayori at the end there? I mean, God forbid we introduce this game with the fact that you've known her the longest. You've only just met the other three, and yet me playing this game, I already know that Monica's probably gonna fuck up with something in my game files. Please don't. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. Famous last words ever. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Okay. Oh, okay. So now we're actually getting into the gameplay. Alright. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. So what, is this like ad lib or something? Uh, I honestly do not know with... Oh, flower. Oh, Sayori likes that. Okay. Flower. Peace. Huh. Natsuki likes that. Kitty. Natsuki. Okay. Passion. Sayori. Nice. Doki. Okie dokie. Hmm. Um. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we got. Well, you thought I was gonna run, Monica? Me? No, of course not. I only just took a small break. Not that it really happened. But at least I keep my word. Huh. At least that's true to myself, actually. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Berserker. Huh. No problem, Yuri. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you.
Who, me?
No, I'm ready for anything. I say as I'm probably lying straight through my teeth. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it? Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Well, aren't you just something, Natsuki? Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to come, to just come here and hang out, or what. Can't it be both, Natsuki? Hmm? You tsundere? But if you don't take it seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Don't threaten me with a good time, Natsuki. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Oh! Oh! Oh, Natsuki. Oh, Natsuki, I think you and I are gonna get along just fine. Manga is literature. Up top. Don't worry, guys. Berserker always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Am I just that? Am I just that much of a simp towards you girls? Is that really me? Not really sure. Like cooking, cleaning my. Oh, what have I got myself into? How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. Oh dear. And you almost set your house on fire once. Oh. Is that so? You two really are good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Berserker can become good friends too. Um, I don't know if that would be a good idea, Sayori. Um, Sayori? Hmm? Would this be the one time where I just smack her up the head playfully? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Yeah, no shit, look at her! Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori! Me? Um, Not really. Don't be shy, it's really nothing. What is it? Okay, I'm only gonna say this once. Or at least say this once again with passion. What the fuck have I brought myself into? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. You don't have to if you don't want to. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Not that. That definitely sounds like me, actually. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I don't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. This is. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? Accidentally? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Oh, it better be a good one if I'm not even gonna see it. Phew. You can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Hmm. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Okay, I was about to say, I'd be disappointed if she didn't. But now I'm actually surprised. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Oh, you mean the one with the chair back there with no desk? Man, looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little too tired to read. Boy, read it! I could probably fall asleep right now. Boy, read it! I closed my eyes and ended up listening in on Sayori's conversation with Monica. We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. Uh, well, you mean like a book club? But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. Well, you mean something that sparks the imagination like Legos or something? Hmm. Hmm. That doesn't solve the problem, though. What do you mean? Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So how about bringing the literature to life? So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori is taking this really seriously. Huh. That's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick? What kind? Well, I guess we could. Cupcakes! Good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. Ah, you're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it. Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Well, at least you're trying, Sayori. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Sayori, at this rate, I'm gonna think that you're always hungry. Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I found myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I end up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. What? I open my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall out of my chair. Uh, okay, that was an adorable little jump backwards. Sayori. Uh, wait, actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. Well, that took a 180 really quick. This isn't a napping club. Does our school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know? You'll need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. It's true, though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You'll look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Eh? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? That's. It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. Benefit of the doubt? I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Eh? Sayori glances around at herself. How is it written all over me? You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here. Ah! I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is really hard. It's just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your brow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right here. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger, but nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's going to tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I don't really care about that. Hey, you meanie. At this point, I may as well start acting like your parent if you don't have any. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori, why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? Eh? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. This is funny. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kinds of things. Well, like a parent would? Like how a normal friend would? Eh? Don't say that. You'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess? Hey, be careful. The button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggled to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. Oh, oh boy. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now, so. Ah, but it's so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Phew, that's so much better now. Oh boy. What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. Eh? I didn't say anything embarrassing. Well, you literally just did. Jeez. Well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on going to bed earlier. Fine, fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning? You're doing it again, Sayori. Ah, but I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Oh god, here we go. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now? Yay! Berserker, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I failed to sound enthusiastic. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah, my relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. What? Did I ad-lib this thing? Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Okay. Who should I show my poem to first? Uh, I really don't know who I should share this with. Anybody but Monica. Definitely not Monica. Uh, Sayori. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. Nailed it. She's my good friend, after all. Oh my goodness. This is so good, Berserker. Huh? I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. And you know what else? I imagine the same thing as well. But you know something else? Most writers would have the same argument. Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either. Was that a low-key burn? Jeez. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Yeah? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a Berserker poem. Well, welcome to Valhalla. And that makes it a feel extra special. Special. Bleh, I can't read English. Like I can feel your feelings in it. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Took the words right out of my mouth. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See, it's like I said before, Berserker. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? You don't know me at all, then. Trying new things like this for other people, that's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason why I joined. Dude, you were literally dragged into this. And then you got peer pressured into joining. I don't think that should at all be a reason why you should stay. I think that should be a reason why you should have second doubts, like second guesses on this. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah, I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. I mean, honestly, it's really not. Don't get me wrong. It's not at all a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. uh, well, can't do any better than that for breakfast for champions. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing that. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah, the best. That's certainly a word to describe Monica. Another would be fourth wall breaking like Deadpool. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? Yuri. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry, I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Oh, so it's that bad? No! Did I just raise my voice? I think you did. I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face on her hands. Are you really that nervous? I don't know what the proper term for a dere is. I know there is yandere, and I know there is tsundere. But I feel like you're the most timid one of all. You're not at all a tsundere, you're a lot more composed than that. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. Sounds just like me then. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a single poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. What, like ad libs? It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased how? Okay, that's also me genuinely asking. How biased are we talking here? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. If I'm gonna guess, probably all of the above. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. Huh. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calms, breathing, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. That's pretty deep, actually. Hmm. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. Are you kidding me? You write in cursive, and I have a terrible time trying to read cursive. If I could read all that, like, bitch, you're making a future for yourself here. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Uh, well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. I think I know what you mean. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Berserker. Really? I totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember, the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work? They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. That would actually make a lot more sense. Now that I think about it, it kind of made a little bit more sense. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. Okay, so something like a ghost, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. Pulling? What am I pulling here? Hmm, I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Hmm. Who should I show my poem to next? Not Monica, I can tell you that. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. You really are a tsundere, aren't you, Natsuki? It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes? Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, but people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. Isn't the po But isn't that the point of poems? For people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps you bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did ya? No, I guess not. Huh, okay. And. Oh. Hi, Berserker. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you hear any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. How about you don't break the fourth wall then, bitch? Don't be afraid to bring things up. Uh, I just did. All right, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I certainly won't. Don't break the fourth wall, Monica. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. I'm not. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Berserker. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I do not want to with Monica. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. Makes me think of, say, something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sorts of things in common. Oh well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Hmm. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there's also some similarities that you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you sounds like the two of you are really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when reading your poem. Are you sure you're not a teacher, Monica? Are you sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Don't! Gosh, I sound like Yuri. Not at all. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell she likes exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? What, like a masochist? Or a sadist? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own, and you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. I'm more worried about trying to get away from you. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? You see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See? The direction the spackle protrudes, a noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind like a film left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. Has it now? That is, a lot of problems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is a better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Good advice coming from you, I guess. Just don't pop up in any other game that you're not supposed to be in, okay? Thanks for listening. Whew, boy. I guess that's everyone. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. I was more worried about Monica. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Honestly, I don't really care that much. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. Then gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Huh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? Okay. Natsuki. Do you need to talk? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Berserker did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Berserker liked my poem too. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous because Berserker appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a bigger size as soon as Berserker started showing up. Okay, not gonna sound weird or anything, but did they? Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little. This doesn't involve you. Holy shit, they're getting up on her. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Berserker, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? I do not like this. I do not. I do not like. I do not like being in the center of confrontations. The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Berserker. Wait, there's a reason why we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Berserker? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? Dude, I don't know. You are talking to the wrong person. It's not like I know anything about writing. Natsuki? Yuri? Sayori! Yeah, everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How could the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Berserker. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. So unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being, she would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes. Stop it! Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint a beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? But because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. I think I made the right decision. Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, this is why Sayori is vice president. I whispered to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. And I couldn't even bring myself to interject. Oh gee, I find that hard to believe, given how much given how much you're basically everywhere on the internet. Literally. As president, that's kind of embarrassing for me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. Motherfucker, I can blame her full-heartedly. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. Okay, Monica, if you seriously hurt her, I swear to everything that is all good and holy, I will haunt you. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Okay, everyone, it's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Tsundere! Berserker, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'll learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out. I think to myself. I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with a newfound determination. Berserker, ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. I'm enjoying it, asshole. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No, 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 no. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't you don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Berserker, it's nice that I got to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's every day is going to be so much fun. Ah, but it looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that to myself and to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. And with that, I think I'm going to end this here before, Monica starts showing up somewheres. So, this has been Berserker Wraith playing Doki Doki Literature Club. And with that, I say to this ending, okie dokie.